Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, Amateur Travel Buddy. Before our trip to the Maldives, we thought it was this ultimate dream destination, an island paradise, but way too expensive. But guess what? We found out it's actually more affordable than most people think. 2 people can stay on an island in the Maldives for a whole week, with food and accommodation included, for just $800 in total. In this video, we'll show you how to visit the Maldives on a budget. We'll start our trip from Dubai to Malé, the capital city airport in the Maldives, and then head to the islands we visited, Ukulhas and Mafushi. We'll also recommend some cool excursions, their costs, what to see, where to stay, and how to make the most of your trip. We'll also share some tips and advice for first-time travelers. Before we dive in, let's give you quick facts of the Maldives. This paradise country is made up of about 1,190 islands, with only about 180 of them having people living there. The total population is around 500,000, and guess what? More than half of that, people live on just one island, the capital city of Malé. When you arrive in Malé, you'll get a tourist visa on arrival, as it's usually granted for all nationalities on arrival to the Maldives. But before you come, you'll need to fill out a traveler declaration form online. You can do that up to 96 hours before you arrive. Now, let us tell you about our trip. We went towards the end of the wet season. More about the Maldives seasons later. We decided to start with a local island called Ukulhas for a week. Then we moved to Mafushi Island for a few days to just relax and enjoy the island life. There are 2 main types of islands for tourists in the Maldives. The first one is resort islands. These islands are all about luxury and relaxation. They have this cool idea of one island, one resort, where you can stay in a beautiful resort and enjoy stunning views and top-notch service. It's like a dream come true. The second type of island is local islands. These are where the Maldivian people live, so you get to experience their rich culture and hospitality firsthand. One of the best things about visiting local islands is that they're much more affordable than resort islands. And the best part is that they also offer a wide range of excursions and activities at very affordable prices. Later in the video, we break down all the prices and costs that we incurred. So, here are some fun things to do in the Maldives. Snorkeling and scuba diving. The Maldives is a paradise for water activity lovers. You can explore the underwater world and see all sorts of amazing marine life. Relax on the beaches. The Maldives has some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Take a dip in the crystal clear blue water, relax on the soft white sand, and just soak up the sun. Go on many of the fun excursions like snorkeling with manta rays, turtles, sharks, stingrays, whale sharks, or go to the edge of the coral reefs. See walls of colorful fish and a variety of different types of corals. Visit a local village. Take a trip to a local village and experience the Maldivian way of life. You'll be amazed by the hospitality and warmth of the people. So, our first stop was Ukulhas Island, a local gem about a 1.5-hour speedboat ride from Malé Airport. The island is 900 meters long and 250 meters wide. When we arrived at Ukulhas Island Port, the friendly hotel staff greeted us with a motorized cart. They took our luggage and us to the hotel in just 5 minutes. We chose this island because it had everything we needed. You can find turtles, sharks, fish, coral reefs, and even exotic parrots here, and it's all free. There's a spot near the port called Shark Point that's the best snorkeling spot on the island. We saw all sorts of beautiful marine life and sea creatures there, from full-grown sharks to baby sharks, stingrays to turtles, pencilfish to clownfish, and even Nemo. The best time to go snorkeling is in the morning and afternoon to avoid getting sunburned, since it's a tropical country and it gets quite hot on sunny days. We also tried scuba diving for the first time in our life. It was an incredible experience. The owner of the tour company was a local Maldivian who was super professional and helpful. They showed us a video tutorial to learn the basics of scuba diving, and then taught us again, showing us how to use the equipment and all the related techniques. They took us to the water and started with practicing the techniques, and gradually took us to deeper water as we felt comfortable. It was a one-on-one tour, so they were always with each one of us and made sure we were okay and comfortable. By the way, he offered to help us with anything we needed and even cooked a local meal for another couple of tourists. We were really impressed by their hospitality. We also booked a private boat tour with Baraboa Excursions and went snorkeling to see the amazing coral reefs. Then we swam to the edge of the reef. It was like nothing we'd ever seen before. The colors were so vibrant, and the scenery was breathtaking. After that, we got to snorkel with the giant manta rays. They're huge. We had no idea that they can grow up to 30 feet. It was our lucky day because there were 6 of them. There were 5 of us on the boat, including our 2 guides. Our tour guides were incredible. They told us to take all the time we wanted and enjoy ourselves. They were swimming with us, making sure we were safe and taking our pictures and videos for free. Besides snorkeling, there's nothing quite like just strolling around the island. Especially on the pristine white sand beach, feeling the gentle ocean breeze, listening to the soothing waves, and having your feet sink into the soft white sand between your toes. You'll spot crabs scuttling around and maybe even have a fresh coconut for only $1. Take a seat on the swing and be surrounded by your loved ones. In that moment, all worries melt away and you're enveloped in pure peace and relaxation. You'd want to capture every detail in your mind, hoping to cherish these memories forever. We will share the details and cost breakdown towards the end of this video. The second island we visited was Mafushi. It's about a 30-minute speedboat ride from Malé. While the beach isn't the best, it's known as the hub for budget-friendly and a wide range of excursions and activities in the Maldives. We took the speedboat back to Malé and another one to Mafushi Island since there wasn't a direct transfer between these 2 islands. Our first excursion was called Half-Day Adventure. We started at 9 and the boat was huge, but there were only about 15 people on it, so we had plenty of space to dance and have fun. The first stop was Biadhu Reef. It was phenomenal. You could see the cutoff point covered in layers of giant table corals and walls of shimmering fish that glowed under the sunlight from above the water because the water was so clear that you could see right down to the bottom of the ocean. We also saw turtles, sea cucumbers, giant clams, lots of fish and corals. The second stop was the Turtle Reef. They took us to an area that seemed to be the territory of the turtles. You could get to see them very closely in shallow knee-level water, and there were even cute Nemos too. Next, we went to look for dolphins. They're wild and swim around in the ocean. We were so lucky. There were hundreds of them. We stopped there for about half an hour to watch them swim next to our boat, swim in packs, and do flips. This trip was so incredible that we decided to go again the next day, and it was even better. Our second excursion was Shark Bay, and it was an absolute blast. The highlight of the trip was definitely the sharks, but not the scary kind. It was nurse sharks, known for being gentle giants. The staff would throw fish meat into the water to attract them, and they'd gather around the boat, staying close. Then we jumped in and swam with them, feeling the thrill of the moment. The other 2 activities were stingrays at Fulidhu Island and a dolphin cruise, but they didn't quite live up to the Shark Bay excursion. The boat was packed with people, and it got really crowded and chaotic when people started lining up for the pictures and videos. It took about 30 minutes to get to your turn, and only 2 minutes to move on to the next person. So, the actual time we spent on the activities was only about 4 minutes out of our entire trip. That really cut into the experience. I would highly recommend the Shark Bay swimming excursion only. If you sign up for a smaller group, less than 20 people, the smaller the better, or rent a private boat if you're traveling with a group, it's definitely worth it. Tell you honestly, we don't know how to swim, like at all. And we know many of you out there, like us, aren't swimmers. You must be wondering if you can still enjoy the water. Well, let us tell you, you absolutely can. We've been to many islands and done a bunch of water activities, and we've had the best time and unbelievable experiences. And still, we don't know how to swim either. So, if we can do it, you can do it too. If you're completely new to water, like you don't even know how to stand up in the water or balance yourself, we highly recommend taking a beginner swimming class or going to a swimming pool with someone who knows swimming to get yourself familiar with water. This way, you won't have water phobia and know how to balance your body. The ocean is different from a swimming pool, as it has waves. You might get scared or feel nauseous if you feel the waves are constantly pushing you. And most importantly, life jackets are lifesavers, so make sure to wear one, preferably with a string under the thigh, even if you know how to swim. Open ocean waves are unpredictable. Safety first. Now some information regarding hotel accommodation and food. After doing a ton of research, we found that food and accommodation were going to be pretty pricey, and even bottled water could be a bit steep. So we decided to look for all-inclusive deals or full board options. We spent weeks researching dozens of hotels and reaching out to them with all our questions. After all that, we decided to go with the Al Humathi View Hotel and booked it through Booking.com. We picked this hotel because the owner was super responsive and provided all the details we needed in a timely manner. He even offered to book our speedboat transfer from the airport to Ukulhas Island at a discounted rate with free pick and drop from the Ukulhas port. He also included free water, coffee, tea, and other snacks in our room. He really went above and beyond to make us feel comfortable. We're so glad we chose this hotel because their service staff and food were amazing. They catered to all our needs, even making some food options that we wanted. The staff was super friendly and helpful. Our room was very comfortable, spacious, and clean with air conditioning, hot water, and everything we asked for throughout our stay. They even gave us tips on where to find cheaper drinks, pops, sodas, and juices. They also showed us where the supermarkets were and gave us tips like taking our shoes off before we entered the shops. Overall, we had an incredible time at the Al Humathi View Hotel. The staff was fantastic, and the food was delicious. They even went the extra mile to make sure we had a great time. Prices and costs. Getting to My Lai from Dubai, return flights on Fly Dubai, $475 per person. Airport speedboat transfer to Ukulhas Island, $40 per person. 1 week hotel and accommodation full board in Ukulhas Island at Al Humathi View Hotel, $695 for 2 people. When we added our costs for the trip to Ukulhas, which included airport speedboat transfer, full board hotel stay at Ukulhas, including all meals for a week, we were excited to see it was approximately $800 only. So our advice is, if you want to go to Maldives and are on a tight budget, we would highly recommend going only to Ukulhas Island. With $800, you and your travel buddy can experience almost everything in the Maldives, and most of them are free. Hey, guess what? That makes it $400 per person. Hell yes, we're going to Maldives again. As you can see with our costs breakdown, that just how cheap it can be. However, we must mention and caution that all the excursions we did do cost extra and can become expensive if you are like us who love doing as many as possible or time allows us. Thank you for watching our video. If you have any questions or would like to share your thoughts, please leave them below. Have a wonderful time at your island getaway. See you back here soon.